friend Gold into a group here. Let's go into game chat.
Healing enhanced.
Just as my friend Gold does get back into this, gonna be waiting on him to join the group. We are back online.
Join me.
Yeah, let's go into game chat. Let's not put pressure on my Wi-Fi. Alright, well, we've just talked it out. Me and Gold are both coming in the game chat. But as we get into this, Zenyatta and Anna, a very interesting duo comp. We haven't seen this in a while. Gold, finally in here.
Me finally in here. Mega's trying to cover up the fact that he's throwing. Anyways, we are seeing Dawn coming in on the attack now. Sorry for the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Budget Rogue there at the end did end up jumping off the payload with inches to go, so unable to complete the map, but getting it very, very close to the end there. Now looking to hold his defense, but I just saw one of the most interesting things there. Delta got swept mid-air, but was still able to continue doing the Mercy float slightly to the left, and you know, pretty interesting stuff. But we are seeing, Budget Rogue able to hold this out for the most part. Dawn getting a lot of kills, getting moved in here on the point, and getting a little bit of percentage built up, but still some of Budget Rogue alive here on this point, delaying, not allowing this first tick to be taken. And we are going to see some of them coming back in here. Ollie on the Diva getting back in onto the point, but losing Celestial there, not going to be very helpful. Ollie now, the only one left. Oh, Haxor getting hooked there, definitely not going to help them. So yeah, Dawn going to be taking this point fairly quickly, much quicker than Budget Rogue, actually, in less than 2 minutes here, and getting it moved forward into the second point. Ollie trying to take down Constantine, deny this forward push here out of Dawn, but not quite stopping yet, although Dawn definitely going to have to regroup. They do have the entire side of Budget Rogue here ready for this fight, so no real advantage here for Dawn to take advantage of, but Dishonored being taken down there means that this defense can initiate here pretty quickly and stop this. No, thanks to taking down Haxor as well, and now the whole hog coming out as well as the Rocket Barrage. I mean, the kills coming out still for the defense. Oh, huge play, huge Earth Shatter coming in from Admiral there, and getting a few kills out of it. So, Budget Rogue rather, despite looking a little shaky there for a second, is going to hold on here, and they're actually coming into this next fight with a whole lot of ult still left. They've got the Tactical Visor, both the portals, and the Self-Destruct, and of course Ace of Spades very close to that pulse bomb as well. So, see, probably for a good initiation with the Self-Destruct coming in, looking for Ollie to make good use out of that ult. In the meantime, just really an Earth Shatter to work with for the side of Dawn, but no, Blue being taken down there, no Earth Shatter left. No Pulse Bomb, or the Pulse Bomb not getting any work there either, and so that's going to again send Dawn backwards as they've lost 2 pretty important members there. Fengta, of course, still trying to do some work, but now constantly being taken down. Definitely going to be a sign to push backwards, but I mean, this Earth Shatter coming in here from Boo, and gets a kill out of it, but still kind of got to question it. Not really a whole lot of follow-up there. but we do still have them coming in. Fankta getting another kill there before being taken down himself. I mean, the res comes in. Res coming in actually from both sides now. Nano Booster now onto Hacksaw. Both sides using Nano Boost now as well. So, I mean, we are seeing all of these ults being thrown at the wall here, but it definitely looks like it's going to be Budget Rogue coming out on top, although Ace of Spades being taken down himself. And now we've got a Nano Boost out onto Hacker here, and they're trying to move forward. Not really getting a whole lot out of that Nano Boost, but doing a whole lot of zoning. They do manage to get it through to this final corner of the second phase, but going to be turned back without their Reinhardt to provide them shielding. And a little bit under 2.5 minutes left to go here.
It's a very interesting fight, and it's very back and forth almost. But one thing from the EU that I've noticed is that there's no real ult management. They all build up all 6 ults and they immediately push in. So it's very interesting to see these very, I would say, very fashion fights almost, where everything is thrown into it.
Delta being taken down right before getting that resurrect up. Definitely could have been helpful, but no, Hacksaw getting another tactical, or another nano boost there. I don't think he's going to need to use this tactical visor, to be honest with you. Yeah, getting that kill for free, holding on to this tactical visor for this next defensive hold. And Budget Rogue still looking very, very strong here. Only a minute and a half left on the clock here for Dawn. They do have the Graviton, they've got the Earth Shatter. They actually have a whole lot coming online here, so we're going to be looking for them to combo the Graviton with the Rocket Barrage, most likely. But if they can't get Celestial inside of it, it's not going to matter, because Celestial's going to be coming right back in with that revive. So definitely going to be looking for big plays out of both teams. I mean, hell, Ollie can actually stop all of it by just pressing the right click. And did he do it? No, he did not. They do catch that Mercy in the Graviton, but able to fly right out as they didn't catch anyone else in it. Kills coming in for the attack here, but none of these kills are going to be permanent. They might be able to get it close to the end here, but I don't think, yeah, there it is. Here comes the res coming in from Celestial, not going to let him capture it for free. Celestial going to be taken down, as well as Jordan, though, means that there is no staying power here for Budget Rogue, so maybe not the best position for that resurrect. Came back in, and most of the team was falling immediately afterwards, so possibly could have used that resurrect for a final stand here in the last phase. But what do you think we're going to see coming up here, Mega?
Well, a lot of pressure is going to be on the Reinhardt for the side of Rogue. I'm not sure exactly how you say his name, but is going to have to hit a shatter to win this fight. And honestly, they need the D.Va to contest the Pharaoh. He's hiding up there with the Mercy. But a big tactical visor coming behind as Hacker takes out the Ana, and Constable getting now pressured from the Ryan. Pandanga getting 2 kills, trying to bring it back, but I'm not sure if this is going to be enough. Kills have already gone in the way. They might have to reset for this next fight.
Yeah, it's only going to be the Mercy and the DPS here, but no, Hacker coming back in now, and that Pulse Bomb not going to be able to land on the Hacker. Is going to be an Ace of Spades goes down, so this is actually, it looks pretty good here for the side of Dawn. They are looking pretty strong as long as they can continue staggering out these kills to be able to come in and take one final decisive team fight. And that is Admiral going down here. Constantly at 92% on this Graviton, and I think this is going to be what they need. The self-destruct coming in from the defense, going to take out Dishonored, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Delta still has this Resurrect available, so looking for that to come in at any time here, and Constable, of course, with the Graviton can finish this off at any moment. So we're going to be looking for that Resurrect. There it is, Delta picking up everyone, and the Graviton coming in from Constable. But no, the follow-up being shut down as Bod is taken out, but no, Fankta is still there. They are going to be able to get these kills, but the Nano Boost coming out on the high sword not going to be enough. The Pulse Bomb takes him out as soon as he gets that Nano Boost, and they are just trying to take out Admiral. Ace of Spades still on the point, but the delay now is all that Budget Rogue has left. They need to stop this. Dishonored Lombax is absolutely going off right now in this late fight. Fankta as well. The Tactical Visor, though, coming in, taking out Delta. That is going to be huge. No Resurrect is going to be available. Constantly taken out as well. Kills is still going both ways. Fankta's going to be taken down down, but Dishonored Lombax is still getting these kills. No, Hacker going down as well. Lombax going down. The overtime is going to tick out here, and that is going to be a huge, huge hold coming in from Budget Rogue there at the last second. Absolutely massive, taking this first map by a matter of inches.
Very impressive. A big shout out to the Diva and Tracer. Haxor coming in huge with 4 kills, especially on the pharmacy. Fandanga doing a lot of work, but sadly wasn't enough. Haxor being the MVP of that, but even more than that, Oli and Ace just stalling it out long enough for him to come back and pop it.
This play by Haxor was absolutely the game changer here. Able to, do a whole lot with that tactical advantage. Just taking out Delta was I think one of the biggest picks of the game, because Delta only at I think 40% of that resurrect at the time. But the way those late fights evolve, if you have a Mercy flying around healing everyone up, she's gonna get that resurrect up pretty quickly. And that's a last-minute resurrect when she's able to bring it up to a 6v3 or a 6v2 again, and that completely removes the defensive spawn advantage in that situation. And absolutely a massive pick coming out there from Haxor. Great play all around. I mean, really, Budget Rogue did a great job. Both teams did a great job there. Dawn did a very, very good job holding on that last point. But Budget Rogue able to just push it that extra couple of inches there.
Well, we have actually gotten confirmation they actually want to go to Hanamura. Budget Rogue picking the maps. Obviously, it took 20 minutes for Dawn to get in here, so sadly we will have to penalize them for the maps, where entire map favor is going to have to be on the side of Rogue for this matchup.
Yeah, and I mean, we give people time, we give them a time they're supposed to be here, and we hope they show up on time. But
we gotta penalize them so they learn.
Too. Exactly. Anyways, Hanamura gonna be our next game. That's an interesting pick. I think it means that they have done some practicing on this map. Most teams don't really like picking the 2 CP maps unless they have some sort of plan for how to how to close them out and hold them out. So I mean, what do you think? Do you think either one of these teams has really put in the effort that they're going to need to take a decisive win on this map?
Well, really, from what I just saw on the first map, a lot of pressure is going to be actually on Haxor again for the side of Budget Rogue, where he almost, I wouldn't say completely, but he was putting a lot of pressure on Fandanga and sort of forced him to play in situations where it looked like he was uncomfortable or didn't want to. And because of that, I feel like more than anything in this matchup, it's going to come down between those two and how well Haxor can either put pressure on him so his team can take the fight, or how quick Fandanga can kill him so he can have free reign. But it doesn't even look like it's going to matter as he goes on to the Genji instead.
Yeah, they are going to be on the attack here first, so definitely, looking for a different kind of style. Hopefully, if you're on the attack, you're not necessarily looking so much to shut down a defensive threat as to create offensive threats of your own. But of course, Fankta going to have Delta on the Mercy helping him out, going to be something for them to keep an eye out for. And we did see Haxor flexing onto McCree and then later onto the Soldier throughout that game. So definitely capable of taking care of that Pharah if need be. But they do want to run this dive composition starting out here and see whether that works out for them. Dive, definitely a very popular choice here on Hanamura first. Not quite as effective going into the last as you kind of need the staying power on last point, but we'll see what they decide to do if and hopefully when they take first. But coming out of the gate here, they'll be looking to see what their mode of entry is going to be. And the dive comes in pretty quickly. They're immediately going to jump onto this top left because they know that there's usually somebody up there looking out for them. Unable to really get anything happen, Constantly just up there laying down pretty much uncontested fire, as it looks like half of the dive went up there to deal with Constable, and half of the dive went the complete opposite way. So it looked like a little bit of a miscommunication there out of the side of Budget Rogue. Gonna be looking to regroup and come back in, hopefully dive in the same direction this time. Definitely a lot more effective when all members of the dive are working as one sort of unit. Of course, it's also not helpful when you got your Winston up here, Admiral up here, taking some poke damage, and yeah, Celestial had to push up, try to help him, and get taken out himself. So again, they're gonna be down a person, and all Dot has to do is hold him at this door, not let him come in yet. They are going to still try to dive in slightly anyways, and they do manage to bait this D.Va out. So this might be what they're looking for, to at least get D.Va out of this mech. But no, the self-destruct and the Earth Shatter coming out, getting two, Boo getting one with his charge, and that was a that's a classic combination of ultimates. One that we don't see quite as often with, now that we're out of the D.Va meta. But as a former D.Va main myself from Season 2, it's definitely one that I enjoy seeing quite a bit. Constable continuing to put in work. He's been uncontested on this high ground ever since that initial dive, and they really need to deal with him. They are going to be focusing him now as, yes, here is the dive that we were looking for, but not going to be enough. Constable gets out of there. The rocket barrage coming in from Fangta, going to be taking one down, Boo contributing to one as well, and this is going to be another defensive hold here from the side of Dawn, holding very, very strong here. Budget Rogue is going to be coming in with some ultimates. Maybe you want to take us through that real quick, Mega.
Honestly, they stuck onto the Genji, something I personally didn't like. I thought Haxor being on the hit scan would have been a better choice, but now a lot of pressure is going to be on him with this Genji to almost carve an opening with the Dragon Blade, as they're going to have to pop these ults with 1 minute and 30 seconds left. I would say they would have to pop going with every ult. If they don't take it, they need to switch up their comp to adjust.
Well, I think we are going to see that. The Dragon Blade and the Sound Barrier comes out, as well as the Nano Boost. That should be what they need, but Fangta taking down Jordan in the background, definitely not going to be helping them out, and they still have Delta alive. Delta has not been contested yet with this Resurrect. Still available at any time to come in and pick up all members of her team. So, Delta finally going down. Good work from Ace of Spades, but Fangta's still alive. Dishonored's still alive. That's not going to be enough. There's less than a minute here on this point for Budget Rogue to try to break in. They do have the numbers advantage, but they need to come in quickly. And we already have people from the side of Dawn coming back in here. I mean, if Delta gets back in here, it's pretty much game over. Gonna be seeing this charge coming in, and Admiral trading his life for Hacker. That is a very, very good call, but not when Fangta's in the air. Fangta able to get the kill onto Haxor, who is finally swapped onto the soldier, but probably too little too late. Constable still alive, taking people down from the high ground. The self-destruct going to come in for Ollie, but taken down before being able to get back into the mech. And Lombax ended up getting the kill. Constable with the tactical advisor going to hold him back. Admiral with a last-minute Earth Shatter, trying desperately. Does manage to take down Constable and Delta, and actually, that Earth Shatter might have been the difference maker. Hacker coming back in, has a little help from Lombax, and Fangta as well, getting these kills. There's nobody on the point. They're trying to get on the point. They can't! The concussion and the boot from the D.Va keeping them off the point at the last second. That is going to be a full hold coming out from Dawn here on Hanamura. Very, very, very impressive play. Only 22.6% captured on this first objective by Budget Rogue. And Dawn has a very, very easy job for themselves going forward here.
Definitely, but a huge part onto it, like you said, it might have been a little bit too late, but something to talk about, the D.Va on the side of Rogue, Super Tan, he had his D.Va bomb, he died on point, but he didn't use it as he got demeched, and I feel like that was a really big misplay as he came back, but by the time that he was ready to even use his ult, by the time he was even ready to use the ult, Admiral got pushed off the point and it ended. So a lot of misplay, and we were talking about the dive comp at the beginning where the team split up. Both of these things coming into play, I'm gonna have to be questioning the shot calling on this team.
Yeah, I mean, it ultimately just took them too long to switch. You know, we saw the same thing happen to them on Kings Row, where it took them a couple minutes to get anything started on their push. So we saw Hacksaw make the swap after about 2 minutes on Kings Row, make the swap onto the McCree, and they came in and their first push was successful. I don't know why it took so long for them to make that adjustment this time. They are going to be running you know, a double hit scan of sorts. Bastion is a hit scan, so they're gonna be running the Bastion and Ace of Spades on the Soldier just to deal with this Pharah, I'm guessing. But on the side of the offense, they're gonna be running pretty much the same as always. Fenkta, of course, staying on that Pharah. Why would Fenkta switch? And Constable switching onto the Genji here, but everyone else staying exactly the same. So we're looking to do pretty much their usual. Fenkta going to be looking for these early rockets in here. Already taking Jordan down very low. Going to have to heal himself with that Biotic Nade, but without that cooldown available, oh, never mind. Fenkta going to be taken down by some tactical spraying from Hacksaw. And that's going to be pretty much enough to hold back this Dawn offense. I mean, you take Fenkta out of the sky, and there's not a whole lot of offensive threat they have left. And well, especially there, jeez. Zon Lombax immediately melted out of that mech as soon as the face was even showed. But no, there's what they were looking for. Fenkta taking down Hacksaw, and now is when the attack comes in. That's the time to go. They already have it. They already have it. They got on the point. There was nobody from the side of Budget Rogue there to stop them, so they got that first 22.6%, I think it was, without anyone even noticing. So that's going to even this series up here. Hanamura going pretty quickly. It's usually Hanamura games last a lot longer than that. I'm glad it didn't, because the last thing I wanted was a long drawn out Dranamura. Although we don't really see that much anymore. But what do you think? I mean, Budget Rogue, I think, really dropped the ball there.
Yep, definitely. Obviously this matchup, though, I just want to say one thing, because I do have the captains for the next game asking me about what's happening. Obviously this game took a little bit longer than normal to set up, the side of, Dawn having a lot of problems coming in, so sadly this matchup did get delayed, which is gonna put, which is actually gonna push up all of the matches a bit behind for a bit.
Yep. Unfortunate stuff, but nonetheless, we're you know, we're all here to watch some Overwatch. As long as uh-oh, doesn't look like all of Dawn is here to play some Overwatch though, so we'll have to figure that out.
Yep, they have one more map. I don't know if they realize, but
it's 1-1 in the series, man. You know,
1-1 definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I think they absolutely need to just go out. Budget Rogue needs to go out this next game with an answer already to Fenkta. Because you can't let Fenkta get to the point where he has an ultimate and then come in trying to counter him, because he's just gonna use the rocket barrage and wipe you again. You know, so it's they're waiting too. Definitely, you know, definitely something needs to change coming into this thing. And I'd honestly, you know, I watch a lot of XQC, he's a very, very good Winston from the team Denial, and he is as effective of a counter to Pharah as any other member of his team on the Winston. And, you know, we've seen Admiral on the Winston a lot, but I haven't seen that kind of aggressive, you know, jumping into the air after the Pharah, using a Primal Rage to take down a Pharah Mercy combination. You know, people might not think that it's worth it, but that combination is giving you this much trouble. You need to do anything you can to deal with it. And I don't think Budget Rogue has the answer right now. So, if we do manage to play a third game here, I'm definitely going to be looking for them to make some kind of swap that fixes that.
So apparently, I have gotten confirmation. Apparently, the side of Dawn, their captain Boo Hacker, has been signed out by possibly a sibling or a friend.
Rest in peace.
So while he just gets that sorted out and gets back into the lobby, let's talk about this next map.
Yeah, I mean, we're going on to Ilios next, right?
Yep,
With,
what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, from what I've seen so far, it favors the side of Dawn. You know, Ilios is a banner Pharah map. It's an incredible Pharah map, and if they continue to let Fankta work the way he's been working, there's nothing that's gonna change between the last games and this next game. But that being said, they did show that they can deal with Fankta. They just need to put the resources into it, and you know, if they do that, I think they've got a chance. I really do think they you know, they're a strong team. They won the first map when they effectively dealt with Fankta. So, you know, why not continue to do that? Why not really put the emphasis on that, and let the rest come from there? But what do you think?
It's gonna be very interesting to see what happens, but I'm more concerned whether he's gonna get back in the lobby at time. We've already pushed this match by 20 minutes, and this is now hurting our future matches. I'm not sure how much time he's actually gonna have to even play this game if this continues.
Yeah, man, that's definitely not good stuff to have your siblings signing you out in the middle of league play.
Well, I haven't gotten confirmation that it's his sibling. I'm just assuming.
Right. Either way, you know, let's get our stuff together. You know, let's make sure this stuff doesn't happen beforehand, so that we can all have nice things. Because otherwise, you know, I have to sit here and fill dead air for 10 minutes, and that's just boring. You know, no one wants to listen to that.
Yep, so while this goes on, I'm obviously just gonna get the, next teams, their map set up on the map draft.
Good call. I'm gonna mute my mic. I will be right back. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ooh. Tarnus plays Bastion. Nice. Alright. Are we like any closer to figuring this out, or what's going on?
Hello, Gold, you there?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, yeah. I am here. Did we get shit figured out? Or
Well,
stuff? Sorry.
Well, they've called him Storm Avatar, one of the top EU players, generally in comp.
So, oh no. So now we have Fake though, who you said was what, number 5 or something on EU?
Top
and then
10.
Storm Avatar is another
The
top 10.
problem is they're both Pheromane, so this might be a problem with hero pools, as it's going to be very interesting to see how they adjust to this. Not only that, but Boo Hacker was their Reinhardt, so it's going to be very interesting to see what they do with that.
I'm gonna take a look and see. Gandalion. Gandalion's a master. Okay. Gandalion seems to be a support main. Filling in there. A lot of time on Zenyatta, which I think is very good in this current meta. Zenyatta is actually one of the stronger healers. We were talking earlier. I was saying that, you know, Mercy and Pharah is very, very good. Zen and Pharah is also very, very good for similar reasons. You know, you can throw the Discord around, and then, you know, not only can the Pharah do bonus damage, but so can everyone else on the team. You know, keep that healing orb on the Pharah pretty much at all times. And I want to say Zen. Very, very competitive healer right now, where in the past we haven't seen a whole lot of Zen play.
This is gonna be it. If Broken does not join, we are gonna disqualify them. If he cannot get in here in time. These two being their last people, I'm gonna have to call it here. There's only a limit. Definitely
unfortunate for Don, but I mean, you gotta
get ready.
Make sure you got your team together.
You can do this kind of stuff. They do have another game at 5.
If you win, you win. Is who they're looking for. Okay, so Don will be playing with us again in another hour?
Yes, we'll have a match, and then they'll be coming back, and that is it. They're disqualified. They took too long.
Wow, that's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate, because Don played very well on that last map. And, yeah, gonna get DQ'd there, so Budget Rogue taking the series.
They get someone, but I'm sorry, it's too late. We have a game after this. Inviting people is a bit too late. Now, obviously, what happened. We're gonna get this the next teams in here, which obviously I'm just gonna get these people out of here. Sadly, they took too long. Sadly, I can't do much about it. I already cut them slack, giving them 20 minutes to get in the lobby alone. But we're going to have a team Kachow, a team that just signed up, versus a team Event Horizon, who also just recently got put together. A fun fact though, Kachow being an all EU team and Team Event Horizon having EU players on it. Alright, well, we're just waiting on Josh to now hop in the lobby. Alright, Kachow getting in here, waiting on the last person. Our first map going to be Eichenwald, so it's going to be a very interesting first map, I would say. But just waiting on Josh to get his final member in here. Just waiting on confirmation. Well, Event Horizon want defense on Eichenwald as their first map. Our map pool being Legion Tower and King's Row, so two very common maps for their game modes. Just gonna have to ask Josh where his last guy is. Alright, it looks like both teams are ready to go. As we get this game started, just making sure for one more thing.
Thanks, dude. Alright, yo, I'm back. Are we good to go? We got everyone in here?
Yep, we're ready to go.
Let's do it then. Coming in to Eichenwald here for our first match between Event Horizon and Kachow. I didn't see. Okay, Kachow gonna be attacking first, it seems.
And remember, this is the new Eichenwald, so the door on the left side for first point offense is there.
Yeah. That's right. I forgot about it. You know, I haven't played ranked myself in a couple of weeks. I decayed all the way down to 3K. I'm bad. But you know, I haven't experienced this new Eichenwald change for myself. So have you? I mean, what does it open up to these teams?
Well, it's really good because it forces defense to play a little bit more back. But also a little fun thing. It's actually I've seen both play on this. Obviously, one of your favorite teams with Addison on that Winston. I've actually seen Todd run Junkrat on this map, and I would say this could be possibly a map where Junkrat could be picked a lot with his ability to spam down damage. It's going to be very interesting to see if teams accept that or if they go completely against that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've seen Junkrat be effective on this map in the past, but you know, the answer has always kind of been to go over the top against it, you know. But now we do open up this other area. We'll probably see a few more, you know, ground-based compositions, and as a result, probably see a resurgence of our favorite Australian. But we already see a Bastion coming out here from Z on this defense, so setting up a very cheeky place there. Waiting for this attacking team to push in. The dive gonna be trying to come up on top of him here. They're already jumping on him with this Genji, gonna be denying that positioning a little bit. But Z gonna be left alone here to just kind of lay in some damage on the back line as the rest of Kachow pushes on past him. Z is still pretty much uncontested. He finally does go down. And now the kills are going to be coming in here for Kachow. Taking out Z going to be absolutely huge, and yeah, no chance of getting this resurrect up here for Zigzag, especially after being taken down. So this is going to be the first point going pretty quickly to the way of Kachow as they clean up the rest of these kills here. And Mega sips on his big gulp. And yeah, it's going to be Kachow. Kachow coming in, taking the first point pretty quickly, and just exactly a minute, actually. Exactly a minute, coming into the second objective, 5:30 on the clock as they get in here. Z switching off of the Bastion onto Torbjorn, so we have ourselves a builder main, ladies and gentlemen. That's very, very interesting. But this push here out of Kachow as they try to get these forward spawns. Let's see an early dive coming in from Josh. Not really seeing anything there, so they're going to be trying to take out this Torb turret. Going to take that down pretty easily. You know, try to get this push going forward here. We do see Odddoll in the back on this Tracer trying to see if he can get some damage laid in. Another turret going up. Josh diving on top of it, putting the bubble on it, denying some damage there for a couple of seconds. And now the Primal Rage is going to come out, and he's going to be knocking members of Event Horizon everywhere. 2 kills coming in for Kachow on the back of that. But now going back the other way, Parton though still alive with the Resurrect available, so if Parton can stay up, can bring everyone back on this team. Of course, we do see Z getting very close to this Molten Core here, so that is, you know, despite people's kind of disdain for Torbjorn, Molten Core is a very powerful ultimate if used in the right situation. And as they push in here, really looking for it to come out, there it is, the Molten Core coming in. Going to be seeing a sound barrier to answer it. Both sides actually using the sound barrier. And the kills, though, going the way of the defense, this Molten Core just laying in damage here. And the rest of the team there to you know, keep them pushed back, not allowing them to get around this corner and get on the payload. So another couple of minutes burned off the clock here by Event Horizon on this defense, and they still have 3 ultimates available to them.
Yeah, the soldier doing a lot of work towards the Genji and Tracer, 2 characters who are normally super fast and mobile, and with the Torbjorn consistently putting damage, that's a huge change. But a big bang combo coming in, but doesn't matter as the big res is right there to immediately answer it back. This fight completely reset, but obviously advantage to the side of the defense as their spawn is closer, and they're gonna get their reinforcements any second now.
Yeah, and a couple of good kills still coming out from the defense. Parton has the Resurrect and finally going to use it. Parton picking up 3 there for for Kachow rather. So Kachow, give it another chance here, but Parton being taken down, Odddoll taken down. That is their chances going out the window, I think. As yeah, slowly but surely these kills are going to continue going the way of Event Horizon. Still looking very strong here. 3 ultimates available to them. I mean, what do you think Kachow needs to change up to break through the second point?
They need to realize that dive isn't going to work against the Torb specifically. Like, forget against anyone else. Just the Torb and the Hog, I feel, is sort of hard countering it. I feel like they should drop dive and run a little bit more of a standard comp. Run a Reinhardt so they have a shield to hide behind, and maybe run a DPS that's a little bit more impactful than a Tracer and Genji.
I mean, we do see a pretty coordinated dive coming out there, but of course, Roadhog was there to answer it. Definitely getting a nice kill there, but Zigzag being taken down on that Mercy going to mean that there's no Resurrect here available for Event Horizon. So all of Kachow's kills are permanent here. They're actually going to use a Graviton to finish this fight off. Z going to be using the Molten Core to try to stay alive, but the Pulse Bomb is sticking onto him. But finally the res coming in from Zigzag, and the Tactical Visor as well from TDI. Wow, that is a mouthful right there. But Tactical Visor are going to be pushing people back, getting that kill there onto a Veil. TDT? Is that TDT?
Pardon?
Definitely.
On who?
The soldier on the side of the Veil. TDT, I think, is the first 3 letters there. Anyways, set up on this high ground.
But yeah, TDT, let's call him that for short.
Yeah. Definitely easier than the mouthful that he's got up there, but he is set up on this high ground, pretty much uncontested here. But actually going to be dropping down, and this is opening himself up. We are seeing a little bit of a switch, like what you said, Josh, switching onto the Reinhardt to give him the shield to push up behind. And it is going to help, is going to pay off immediately as Z is taken down, Zigzag taken down as well. Whole Hog going to have to come out from the defense, but not going to get anything other than Josh with it, and the numbers are definitely in favor of Kachow here. And Parton still has this Resurrect available as well, so just need to clean MG off, going to do so, and get this payload moving forward across the bridge. But less than 30 seconds left to go. Event Horizon going to be coming out with the Resurrect. They definitely have the chance for a long, stalled out fight reaching into overtime here. So, Event Horizon looking for a chance to make that happen. Z going down quickly, but this Resurrect still available. Dragon Blade being damage boosted, but gets Earth Shatter laid down right off, and the Resurrect comes back in, but all of these kills afterwards going the way of Kachow. That Resurrect did not matter. No long stall fight in overtime now. Just Kachow cleaning up this point, pushing forward into third with a minute and a half on their timer. However, wow. Event Horizon had to use pretty much everything to try to hold that there. Having a couple swaps coming out here. Z onto the Winston, TDT on Reaper now. But, you know, ult advantage definitely going the way of Kachow as they're trying to push in and make this final push here. Gonna have a Graviton ready to do it with, and gonna have to look for big Graviton out of a Valent. Grab going down. Spartan now getting the res, and the grab's gotta come in soon here, but I don't think he's getting an option to use it. The side of Event Horizon doing a good job staying spread out. Uzi Boy taking Rat for a ride. And again, he's going to go down. But now they have the Dragon Blade as well. And now is the time, I think. You've got to use this Graviton Dragon Blade combo. We do have TDT in the back line trying to get a pick here on the Reaper. Does take down Odddoll and coming back in. Now the Graviton comes in. Dragon Blade on top of it. But the Sound Barrier is there to hold most of the damage off, as well as the Whole Hog. So definitely questionable waiting that long, I think, for that combo. Kachow might end up paying the price here by not completing the map. But Nova's able to get that kill, so they are still in this fight. Another one coming in here for the attack. The res is forced out here from Event Horizon, but no kills are coming out in the wake of it just yet. But no, Enmo going to take out Josh, and this might be what they're looking for here. All they need to do is keep them off of this point, but the res comes in. Kachow not going down easily. They have no ultimates available, but the Primal Ray is going to be coming out, as well as the Death Blossom from the defense. And that should be all they need. Zigzag contributing as well on the Battle Mercy. And once they clean off these last couple members, there we go. Kachow's offense going to be stopped 44.5 meters into this final phase. And Eichenwald doing, Event Horizon rather, doing a very good job on that last point. Eichenwald.
A very drawn out fight, but actually I feel like that shouldn't even have gone to the third map. While they did switch off the dive onto the standard comp, we still saw Z still trying to run that Torbjorn, who I felt was a bit overdue. I would have personally switched off immediately. Torb working pretty well against the dive, but the moment they dropped it, immediately lost all its value. Had Z made that switch a little bit earlier upon seeing it, maybe it would have been a way different map. We might have been in our second map now. But yeah, also Gold, there's a little bit of an echo, and I'm kind of stopping for myself to finish. It's throwing me really off.
Hold on, let me... Is it at all better now?
Echo? It's a little bit more quiet, but it's definitely still there.
Fuck, man. Hold on. Let's see if I can grab a different pair of headphones. Sorry about this.
Well, while he gets a different mic to hopefully help with the echoing. Pharmacy on the side of defense for Kachow, and looking at the side of it, they're running a Reaper. This might turn out very, very bad for them. It should Depth Ranger not be able to hook him. TDT obviously on the Reaper now, gonna be putting pressure onto the tanks. Gonna be very interesting on seeing how he can do that. A huge charge coming in, fully charging Z as he bubbles the Rhine, which gives them full charge. Now they're pushing into this, but TDT going huge, getting 2 picks. This is gonna help them take the point. Everybody just getting killed, and they're gonna take this on their first attack. The only one dying on the side of Event being Zarya. Who's gonna spawn in? Farah, only one left alive, but it's not gonna be enough as they're gonna take this point. And TDT on the soldier now is gonna immediately take it out. And this is where now everything's gonna start getting a little bit more dangerous as we go into this next fight. And yes, the echo is gone. It sounds perfectly clear.
Awesome, good to hear. Alright, so yeah, coming to this next point, a little bit of an ult advantage here for the defense, despite losing that fight pretty convincingly. They are going to have the Earth Shatter and the Rocket Barrage here to combo, but Earth Shatter coming up here for Uzi pretty quickly, and Zigzag with that Resurrect can restart this fight at any time for the offense. So Event Horizon definitely has a good chance to push forward here. Novelin going to be taken down before getting that tactical visor up. TDT doing a really, really good job on this DPS role today. So continuing to put in the work here. And then he's looking to try to get up on, try to take this fair out. The Earthshatter coming in, though, from Uzi, going to give them a chance to keep this moving forward. Avalanche does take out TDT, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Avalanche still alive, still putting in work up in the air, but as the rest of Avalanche's team falls around him, I'm not sure that the fair is going to be enough. The Graviton, though, coming out, and that is going to be what they needed. Well, maybe not. Here comes the Resurrect for the offense. Event Horizon suddenly back up at full numbers, but no, Zigzag going to be taken down immediately afterward. They are going to be slowly but surely wiped out here. Death Ranger stuck in a pretty bad place there, down low. Really trying to get out, see if he can do so. But Event Horizon with a good push there early on. Still over 3.5 minutes left here to finish out this second objective and move into the third.
I'm not sure now's the right time to go Bastion. Pushing with Bastion being one of the hardest things. I'm sorry for cutting you off. It's just that this is very bizarre, and if this works out, this could be the game changer itself.
Yeah, I did not even notice that Bastion swap, so I'm glad you pointed it out. But not working out just yet, as we see Z diving down to the bottom of the river there. And yeah, it's probably going to be a regroup here. TBT, though, doubling down in this fight, coming into the tactical visor, and he's not going to get really anything for this. All going to be blocked by that Reinhardt shield and some good cover. But here we go, Death Ranger coming in behind, trying to get this pick and going to take down Rap. So this might be what they're looking for. They're able to get two there, pushing in. The whole hog's going to come out from Death Ranger, taking down Josh as well. Zigzag trying desperately to get this Resurrect up to keep the team alive. But no, yeah, Parton not quite back here, not able to get this Resurrect and keep the seed fight going. So this is Kachow's last chance to come out and try to contest this. They've got a few meters to get out and contest, but they can't go out with a full 6. You're going to just nano boost their Reinhardt and send them out there and hope that that's enough to hold on. And Novelin actually coming out with the tactical visor, able to get 2. And yeah, taking Zigzag out just before that Resurrect came up. But all of these kills going into the attack might make it enough, but no, a huge biotic grenade there, stopping all the healing that was left there for the attack, and once again pushing him back a meter, 1.42 meters away there from completing was Event Horizon. But still, they got to come back in. They've got a little over like a minute 45 to come back in, and now they're down to just a Resurrect here in order to do it. Z staying on the Bastion. I'm definitely not sure about this, but didn't really get a chance to try it out that much the first time, I guess. But here we are. They're going to be coming in, trying to get set up on this high ground again. But Avalanche looking for exactly the same thing that he got last time, waiting for the opportunity, just going to put a concussion blast there and knock someone off in the pit, I think. But no, Z taking the Avalanche down. That is massive. No fair alive in this fight. Zigzag with the Resurrect, but Parton does not have it. So now the sound barrier coming out for the attack to keep this attack going. Uzi was taken out very, very low and had that Bionade on him, but not going to be enough to take him out either. And yeah, now these kills all coming in for Event Horizon. They are going to capture the second objective and move into the third with 2.5 minutes left. And look at this. If they, huge sleep dart coming in there from Raps, possibly saving both Raps and Parton there from getting the stagger spawn, because they definitely could have pushed through here and gotten a couple of their supports. The Graviton coming out, but I think a little bit early, not really the follow-up there yet, but there it is, the Rocket Barrage and a nice Helix Rocket getting those kills. The Resurrect has to come in now for the attack. Novelin, though, going to answer it with the tactical visor from the backfield, and yeah, between him and the Valiant, they are going to hold on here, getting all of these kills in the feed. Down below 2 minutes here for the side of Event Horizon, who have gotten it close, but they still need to finish this out.
The Sombra pick coming out, and I would say this is a very smart pick. They only need to push it in a little. They need to win one fight. As we know, Sombra ult something that supercharges with the health pack should they be able to get this as quick as they do, this could be a very easy push in right now. This is going to be the deciding factor of whether Sombra can get her ult and whether or not she can get a good ult and whether or not the team is even up there. These three questions are going to be the deciding factors of this map.
Well, interestingly enough, we don't see this left side Mega being hacked. We see the right side Mini health pack being hacked. So, interesting choice of health pack there by Z. I'm not quite sure why
but
you might not. One,
but it doesn't look like it's gonna matter as the Ryan immediately goes down along with the enemy Ana. Picks now on the side of Event as they push into this fight with another pick on the Mercy. Both supports down. Ana and Ryan gonna come back right now, but more picks coming in as they're just staggering this.
Yeah, TDT is showing his flexibility there, switching onto the Genji at the end, and they're able to just complete out that map there with some very good play from him. Yeah, I mean, it didn't even give Sombra a chance to get that ultimate up, but was getting pretty close, and I think just the threat of the EMP was enough to push Kachow back there at the end. You saw them playing very, very spread out, very defensively. And rather than getting on the payload, which they had 3 or 4 members out of spawn that could have jumped on, but rather than getting on, they were all hanging back trying to avoid getting EMP'd, and the payload just kind of floated in for free.
Yeah.
Sorry about Crazy. He joins randomly sometimes.
All right. Well, thank God he did leave as quick as he did.
Excellent.
But just as we get set up, obviously we're not in party chat anymore because my Wi-Fi connection has been unstable these days. So not trying to overwork it, almost in a sense. So while we do wait for Josh, the captain of Kachow, who just lost this map, to give me what map he wants. Obviously the two maps in the series right now being Lijiang or King's Row.
Well, I mean, we just saw a hybrid map out of Eichenwald, so I mean, I think Kachow probably going to be looking to change up the pace unless they feel more confident on King's Row. I mean, I know Eichenwald it's an odd map to see. We saw a 2CP map last time. We see Eichenwald now. Maybe it's just these European teams. Maybe they do things differently, but. These aren't maps that are like overwhelmingly popular in NA. So it's definitely interesting to see these maps and see them see them actually being picked here as like a first choice. Eichenwald was the first choice of one of those teams. So, but we are going to see Kachow going with King's Row. Looks like they feel a little bit more confident on this escort or on this hybrid map rather. This is definitely one that sees a lot more playtime than Eichenwald. So hopefully for Kachow they can keep this series alive and and take King's Row, get us going into game 3.
All right. Well, they've also decided that they want to start out on offense on this map, so it's going to be very interesting on seeing how they do play this out. Ryzen, just switching up the names, and we are, and name did not get changed. Yay. Being a glitch right now in the system. But yes, going to another hybrid map. I would say a very interesting call, but maybe it is for the better. I feel like Z right now is sort of like an off player in this entire series. He's going with a lot of off meta picks, and I don't know if they're working because of him or they're working because of Death Ranger. Death Ranger on the hog, getting a lot of hooks. TDT going off on Reaper, Soldier, Genji, just whatever he played. I saw him get kills in the feed. There was no answer to him as a player specifically, and I feel like right now with his off-meta picks, he's forcing the side of Kachow to almost play to him and switch around to it.
Is it just me or is Z no longer in this game?
Z is
he is.
here.
Never mind. Okay, no, I'm sorry. I was reading the wrong team. Anyways, yes. Coming in to Kings Row. Yeah, we're gonna see the side of Kachow on the attack here. They're gonna be running Josh on the Diva. That could switch anytime actually, but Josh on the Diva, Valiant on the Zarya, Odddoll on Tracer, Novlin on Genji. So they're gonna be running a pretty dive-heavy comp. They're gonna be having the Diva going in there, trying to block some incoming damage onto their DPS, getting that Zarya bubble, and hoping to follow up on that. Out of the defense, we're gonna see the Reinhardt from Uzi, Z on the Roadhog now, actually. So that's a little bit more on the meta. TDT actually going off meta, playing the Reaper. We don't see a whole lot of Reaper these days. Death Ranger on Soldier. But I mean, we're going to see this immediate dive going through the left room here, out of the defense, but Novlin going to be taken down. A nice charge from Uzi taking him down. Z, though, falling as well. Kills going both ways, but Uzi is actually putting in a lot of work here on this Reinhardt, and they are looking pretty strong to hold off. Yes, taking out Parton as well. So Uzi putting the team on his rocket-propelled hammer, and holy cow, look at him. Uzi all over the place in this kill feed right now, and absolutely carrying the side of Event Horizon to an easy team win there. Going to be looking for Kachow to regroup and come back in here. I don't know if they're going to be able to do this without any real sort of shielding. The hook comes out onto Josh, and a good Zarya bubble keeps him in his neck. Now Josh going to be trying to get up on this high ground and contest Death Ranger, but there's no one really to dive up there with him.